Talafalava maloni, malo ingo Fala Tavita. It's exciting and challenging to be here with you today. Exciting because we had an awesome breakfast, and anytime I get an opportunity to share about Fale and our journey in the community, I'll always be excited about that. Challenge because I only have 15 minutes to cram a year and a half's worth of jam-packed work that we've been doing on the ground into a 15-minute or so spiel. So I'm going to race through this. This is our shop front. Can everyone hear me okay? Oh, okay. This is our shop front at Cannons Creek, and we're really fortunate to be in this space. In terms of the services and providers in and around Porirua, we're quite the envy amongst them because of a lot of the services in Porirua try and deliver to this part of Porirua, which is Porirua East, specifically Cannons Creek, Waitangirua. So just on the left of us is our iconic Vong's Bakery, and just on the right of us is Ali, the corner shop dairy, and he's been there for donkeys. I show this because if ever you are in Wellington, make your way to Porirua, and also make your way to Porirua East, and even more so make your way to Cannons Creek and come through our doors, and we'll sit down, and our urn's always going, so you're more than welcome to come through. Fale is here because, much like the Tamaki regeneration, we have a Porirua regeneration project happening. At the moment, Porirua is about a 60,000 strong population, and over the next 20 years, it's projected to grow to another 30,000. So it's in the next 20 years, it's going to be quite a dramatic shift in terms of the aesthetics and just the landscape and everything around Porirua. So our mission at Fale is to increase incomes in homes through the jobs and the opportunities through this regeneration project, and also provide information, motivation and support around financial capability in terms of the workshops that we deliver in the evenings. So just a bit more grounding. We sit under a kindergarten association, which some people may be perplexed about, but as I sort of share with you, I hope that it's really clear as to why it's awesome to have a foundation like an association. So Whānau Manaki is the biggest kindergarten association in the country. There's over 100 kindergartens from the Central Plateau, Master to Wanganui, all the way down to Wellington, and Balclutha have just come on board to be a part of the association as well. So on any given day, there could be up to 5,000 tamariki in our kindergartens. And I mention that because from those talanoas, from those kōrero, the conversations that our teachers have been having with the parents and people from the community groups, just natural organic services have evolved under the umbrella of Whānau Manaki, and I'll just touch briefly on them over the next couple of minutes, and then I'll just do a bit of a rabbit hole dive into Fale. So under the umbrella of Whānau Manaki, we've got a Etuao home Pacific-focused home learning program. So basically the need was there's a working portion within the household that can't work because either the daycare or kindergarten fees are too high, or they just have to stay home because. So the incentive was for us to pay. Hey, let's try and find a way to pay granddad and grandma to look after the mokos. So in a nutshell, long story short, this program pretty much pays our family members to look after our own family kids. So that's a natural outflowing of those talanoa. Whānau Ora was mentioned this morning at our breakfast. Basically a fund that's facilitated by our social workers that families can access in terms of mitigating any challenges, financial challenges, both foreseen and unforeseen. Our social workers are also trained budget advisors as well, so they'll be able to sit down with our families and come up with assessments and plans around financial capability. We done a massive, all the services that the services I've just mentioned and the ones I will, we all came together through COVID to deliver groceries to all the families around the greater Wellington region. We helped thousands and thousands of families through this program, and it was a massive undertaking, and yeah, that was one to remember. And then we have our transport team. So we have 100 kids that get picked up every morning and dropped off to school, and then they get dropped off home afterwards. These 100 kids come from the gang-affiliated homes, or the quote-unquote hard-to-reach families. We have a dedicated social worker, the community connector, who deals specifically with these families, and we have over 100 kids that get picked up and dropped off that otherwise wouldn't be able to go to school due to affordability, and just it's not in the sort of the realm of the family to take those kids to school. So yeah. And then the new kid on the block is us, Fale. We're at with the Porirua regeneration. We put our bid in to say, hey, we can navigate that space on behalf of our community. These are our funders. These are the people that have backed us in the last 2 years or so. The name of our regeneration project is called Te Rā Nui. I sort of now thinking to Chris Whafoi's viral video plea in terms of the land that had just been sitting there for years and years, to now know that there's developments on there through this regeneration project. So we launched in September of 2022, and the other thing about our space is that it used to be a TAB, and so the phrase on that day that coined the essence of the transition from a place that honestly, and Chris will know, like that place really took away from our families, and it caused a lot of trauma, to be honest, in terms of the impacts that space had on our families. And it's awesome to see this, to transition from that into a place that's now being able to provide and give back to the community. So yeah, we used to back horses, but now we're backing our people. So that was cool. There's two main kaupapa in Fale. We have our financial capability towards home ownership program, and then we have our jobs and skills hub. So again, it's back to the motivations of we're wanting to increase incomes in homes, and also we want our people to buy the houses that they're building. So the first thing we've done after the launch was to know that we know that there are other people in the community that sit with this kind of this work. So we had to go out and do the connection, and since then the collaborations have been rich. So we were out there. We had to get out there and start connecting not only with the community but with other government organisations, other government departments, other organisations, to work together and work collaboratively with them. So these are just some of the tip of the iceberg community engagement stuff that we've been doing over the last year and a half. And then we decided, hey, we've done a lot of community engagement, let's try and do our own. So in partnership with the Workforce Development Council, we developed this Women Inspire, which was a day that was an event expo dedicated to encouraging women to get into construction and infrastructure, because that's the types of jobs that are coming through this regeneration project. And more community engagement, like the P-Town, we turned our Fale space into a gaming lounge for the kids. There was some inter-school violence happening in our community down at the local station, so we worked collaboratively. There was multiple other spaces that were running some holiday programs, and our one was a gaming lounge, and that was just to foster positive relationships amongst young people in our community. Actually, if I go back, as I was speaking today, we have our flagship Porirua Careers Expo at our Te Rauparaha Arena, and Fale was instrumental in terms of the development of today's event which has over 80 stallholders from STEM, from infrastructure construction and all the different sectors found in the Auckland University, Otago, Waikato. So it's a full smorgasbord for our young people to go through, and that's happening right now as we speak. So since a year and a half ago, 300 odd have come through our doors specifically looking for work. We've been able to place 200 of those people. 65% of those people are on full-time work. We've created hundreds of CVs. A lot of people, as you know, from a community that is from a low socioeconomic community can be quite a lot of self-doubt, a lot of low confidence in terms of their ability and skills. So we're working a lot in terms of navigating those conversations. But just in line with the stats this morning, like most of our people are looking for construction, and so that's the trend that's happening across there as well. So that's our Jobs and Skills Hub, but that's just in a nutshell. Our financial capability towards home ownership program, we were fortunate enough to have Jeff Whariu, he's an Auckland boy, come through and teach us a program to deliver to the community. So we started that in that time, and it was an 8-week course, one day a week, and we covered areas as stated on there. What's not on there is compound interest. There was one that sort of brain explosions were happening there. And insurance and the whole gambit of in terms of financial capability, but what we're finding from week to week, they'll come back the following week and forget everything they learnt the week before. So it's been a constant refining of our service delivery to make sure that we're impacting our participants in meaningful ways. We've had over 230 participants come through for this over this time, this last year and a half. 15 of our participants have gone on to buy their first homes, and 60% of the people that attend our workshops are there purely for wanting to buy a home. 28% or so are there to be informed or just to get more information. And the learning retention or the learning has been quite high. 68% have said that it's been a good learning environment for them. So because of that 60%, we thought we would then go from this workshop thing to, okay, we've got people here that just want to get into the nitty-gritty of the home ownership journey. So we've partnered with real estate agents, lawyers, KiwiSaver, Kāinga Ora, to be a part of an information session night. And after the delivery of the presentations, it's really clear. And then that's when the people have the choice to connect in with either any one of the professionals, or they want to continue on this learning journey around the financial literacy capability stuff. So that was cool. That was one of the biggest events that we had on that one particular thing. So we thought we would run with that concept, and we've got the talent in Porirua. We've got real estate agents, we've got mortgage brokers, mortgage managers that we're quite heavily connected with at our local banks, Kāinga Ora. So we've got these relationships, and we've got the local talent and expertise to hold water for in terms of journeying alongside our community. So what we have here now in terms of behavioural change is that we have the information, we have good information. We provide through this. There's been a lot of motivation through this, and often where we lack in terms of our services here is the support part, the ongoing support part, and that's the part where Fale, I think, is sort of just a little bit different to other programs in terms of providing all those three things. Is just that ongoing support that we provide to our participants. So that's where we are as of today. And just to bring it back, I'm almost done. Like I said, we're under a whānau Manaki Kindergarten Association. They've broadened their base to include an arm of the association to be a Pacifica service, community service, which we called Pirianga Alofa Pacific and Community Service. So what that does is that it's made us our own business unit, and that enables great opportunity for us to source the funding required to deliver the services that we want to as a collective. And so, yeah, now we have an official home within our organisation that we can just for us, by us type thing. So, yeah, that's if there's any pātai, I'm more than happy to take any questions.
Yeah, fantastic, Fala. We will. A round of applause. Fantastic. It's a lot of hard work going on, and I love the message that you've given us, that a key to it is the ongoing support, that you just keep going with people as well. Can I ask you one of the questions here from the room? What are some of the key things we must do to achieve engagement?
I think from, if you're a service perspective, it's to go in and understand who the gatekeepers are of that community, because it's just understanding who holds the relationships already, because you don't want to go in and reinvent the wheel without those real community champions on your side. So my encouragement would be connect in with the community champions and make them feel like they're a part of your kaupapa, as opposed to just, we're here to do this. And Porirua, much like other communities, have been victim to information theft. I could almost say that people just come in and just take our data and shoot off. Yeah.
Fala, yeah, that's a really good point. And one more thing from the room, how can we support your awesome kaupapa? Is there anything that you need that some of the people in this room might be able to bring for you?
Thank you for that question. As you know, the political climate means that funding type situations are a bit, everyone's sort of on that chopping block type thing. We would, if you do have connections, and if what I've shared with you today, if you know someone or know people within your networks that can help us financially, that will enable us to continue our work. At our Pacifica Porirua network, services network, there was consensus on one thing, and it's rarely you ever get consensus in a room of services, but all the services agreed when asked what's the biggest challenge for you and your organisation, and they said, we don't have enough staff. And that was every service. So we've got awesome programs, but we just don't have enough staff to deliver it. Just any financial support would go a long, long way for Fale. Thank you.
Thank you. That's fantastic. Another round of applause, please, for Fala, Tavita.